Oh, a new One Punch Man chapter. Alright, oh no, oh my god, dude. How did Murata do this in a week? He literally just released like 30 pages of manga, of Murata level manga, in a week. Last week was one of the most epic chapters we had. I mean, we saw the monster god and Garou finished his fight with Silverfang. It was crazy epic. And then he just makes a whole other chapter in a week. Like, how is this guy human? And in this chapter, Monster Garou awakens, and then you see this black hole appear, and oh my god. Dude, you know that whole meme, that whole gif about Chris Pratt where he's like, as soon as I saw that black hole, that was me. That meme was literally me. Now, unfortunately, I don't think Blast actually arrived, and initially I thought he did, but yeah, I don't think he's there, which I'm super disappointed about. Like, I was so looking forward to him coming out of the portal with Saitama and Flashy Flash and just punching Garou in the face. And it would have been extra impactful because we just saw Garou in literally half of a second take out all of the monster cadre. Okay, so let's dive into this chapter. I mean, it's crazy exciting. It's so much fun. It's what fans have been waiting for. Murata delivered yet again, and in only just a week. This guy is drawing in hyperspeed. So first we're gonna go back to the battlefield where King is standing over Platinum S. So Platinum S transformed 2 chapters ago. We haven't seen him fight yet. And in this chapter, we're gonna get to see him fight. And pretty much the first 10 pages or so, there's this big wind up and build up over King getting ready to challenge and battle Platinum S. So King realizes he doesn't really have any options. All the S rank heroes are laying on the ground. They're all tanked and completely wiped out. So he's just gonna have to try and bluff by using his ultimate Hellfire wave motion cannon. And the hilarious thing about this is like all the S rank heroes are like looking him on, cheering him on. They're like, oh my god, is he gonna do it? He unfolded his arms. Is he gonna use his ultimate Hellfire burst wave motion cannon? But just as they're cheering them on, Platinum S uses his little Majin Buu tentacle thingy and just wipes out all of the S rank heroes. It looks like Zombie Man just got super cut. I think that's Zombie Man. Ian and Atomic Samurai got hit away, and Puri Puri Prisoner blocked Child Emperor and Genos, and it looks like he took a pretty devastating hit. I mean, it looks like there's all sorts of blood and stuff flying off of him, but he's pretty tanky. I'm sure he'll survive that. And then Platinum S just straight up challenges King. He's like, alright, all your followers shall be quiet. I want to see the strength of the strongest man in the world, and just go ahead and use your ultimate technique. I'll slice off your head the instant you try it. And King's like, I better get on my knees and beg. That's all I can really do at this point. But no, dude, you're King. And you know why you're the king? Because you always win. Recently, I did a video on why King is underrated and why he has the most overpowered ability in all of One Punch Man, potentially even more than Saitama. I'll put that link in the description and top comment if you guys want to check it out, because I explain in that video why King cannot lose. He has these 3 effects. One of them is luck, and one of them is the rallying effect, which he is actually activating here subconsciously without him knowing it, or at least it's getting written in here in this chapter, and you'll see in just a minute. But first, we gotta go back to Vomited for Her Ugly is standing over Silverfang, and he wants to melt Silverfang into a puddle of mush. That's what this guy does, and Garou is standing there holding his face because Silverfang's final strike punched him in the face and seemed to have snapped some sense into him. So this part is very interesting because Silverfang's voice is going through Garou's head as he's clenching his face, and the voice says, follow the voice of your heart. So it's like Silverfang's teachings are kind of going through his head at this very moment, awakening him. Now, it's a very different awakening than I thought it was going to be. I thought this cocoon was going to come off and there was going to be some even more crazy looking monster underneath. But as we see this piece of eye shatter off, it appears that it's just base form Garou under there. And this is very interesting because in the One Punch Man webcomic, Garou continues to turn more into a monster as the battle progresses, and then later on in the arc, major spoilers here, just skip ahead about 10 seconds if you want, after his fight with Saitama, the shell shatters off and he's back to normal. So I'm not really sure what Murata is trying to depict here, besides at this point, he's able to maintain all of the power that he had in his fight with Silverfang, or maybe even more now, but he's also able to think freely. He's not just like fighting subconsciously as a monster while he's asleep inside. Now he's awakened and he has control over himself. So I was kind of expecting something a little bit more cool than that, but that arc isn't over. I mean, he's gonna fight Saitama very soon. So we'll really have to see what Murata does with that fight because, spoilers again, he's supposed to transform some more. So Vomited Fur Ugly comes in for the full body melting punch, trying to just melt Silverfang, which probably will if it lands. And Garou just unleashes this scream. And I'm not really sure like what exactly is happening here. I think it's like the monster side of him and the human side are fighting at this point, and it appears that the human side is winning. And we get this just unreal, unbelievable panel of Garou flying through Vomited Fur Ugly. I love this panel so much, partially because it reminds me of Genos' flying kick in his battle against Saitama. It's a very similar pose here, but there's just so much going on with this picture. I mean, the speed, the damage, the glowing area from where he's flying through, the foreshortening, the scaling between Vomited Fur Ugly and Garou. It's just unbelievable. I mean, this is probably the sickest panel in the whole chapter. One of the best Murata's ever done, in my opinion. I mean, he just continues to outdo himself over and over again. And Bomb is looking on like, oh my god, as Garou just darts off at literal light speed. So as Garou darts off, we go back to King, right? And he's like, I'm just pretending to be powerful, don't kill me, he's thinking in his head, and he's like, whatever, I'm just gonna use it anyway. Ultimate Hellfire Wave Motion Burst Cannon. And so this number on the bottom right of the page here is in hundredths of a second. So this is 1/10 of a second, and Garou is flying in at light speed. Now he hits Platinum S up into the air, so he's pretty much gonna take out all of the monster cadre in this one chapter by himself in literally 1 second. Holy feats. But I think Platinum S, I don't think he's dead here. I think the next chapter will probably be Platinum S versus Garou. I think so. He might be dead. I don't think so, but he might be dead. So he takes out Platinum S, then Evil Natural Water starts shooting his laser beam, or his water jet cannons at Garou. Look at this panel of Garou here, man. Just so sick. And Garou starts using all of his martial arts. I'm not sure if this is the Aura Rippling Fist or just Water Stream Rock Smashing Fist or which one it is, but he's able to deflect those jet beams, which is pretty crazy because those things were like piercing metal, like piercing people, and he's just like using his hands and he's just blocking them. So more feats from Garou. But within a half a second since his launch, he takes out Evil Natural Water. Look at this shot here. Another insane double page of art here from Murata. You can see Garou basically teleporting all over with these flying kicks, punches, and stomps and smashes, and it just explodes Evil Natural Water. So I don't know if Evil Natural Water's dead either, but I think he's dead. Either if he's not dead, I'm pretty sure Saitama's gonna just like blow him away in an instant. And this is the most hilarious thing, is that King is standing there with his arms out, right? And he yells out the Ultimate Hellfire Burst Wave Motion Cannon, and at the exact same instant, Garou flew in and took out all of the monster cadre. So this is everybody. The hilarious thing about this is like all the S-rank heroes think that he actually used it. Yeah, Metal Bat popping out from a rock, and he's like, he did it! Even King, the expression on his face is freaking priceless, dude. He's like, oh my god, it worked! So Garou was moving way too fast, nobody could see him, and King, of course, is going to get the credit for taking out all of the monster cadre. And I imagine the S-rank heroes, oh my god, we finally got to see King fight in action, and he just took out like the most powerful monsters the world has ever seen in an instant, in 1 second, by himself. The stories are gonna travel the world for this guy. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love the whole mechanic, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, King is on the same parity level of plot armor or whatever as Saitama. Like, if he shows up, the enemy's dead, and he's gonna get the credit for it, or potentially his allies will come in, or even Garou. Like, part of the reason Garou came in is because of King's rallying effect. So it not only works on his own people and on the other heroes, but it's working on Garou even. King is just the best. Like this is just so hysterical. I love it so much. It's just the best writing. Now, something interesting happens here. After Garou flew through Vomited Fur Ugly, it appears that Vomited Fur Ugly like looks through the hole in his stomach, and then I guess because of its like digestive acids or whatever, since he's looking through, he like falls over and melts himself. So I'm pretty sure he's dead here. I'm pretty sure he's dead. It appears that he just accidentally killed himself. Okay. So then Garou just lands, does his crazy epic Spider-Man pose, and he says old man. So I guess he's like kind of thanking Silverfang for awakening him from his like crazed monster state. Because if you remember in the last chapter, Silverfang was even grappling Garou and like kicking his legs like from behind the knees to get him in the proper stance and everything. Like he was still trying to mentor him even though they're this far deep in a battle to the death. And I think because Silverfang did that, it awoke Garou. But just then, a black hole appears, and oh my god, dude, I was like, yes! Dude, when I saw this black hole on this page, I was like that. I was like, you Blast, like, let's go, let's go! And yeah, unfortunately, I don't think Blast is there, but Baldy came. Baldy's here. Baldy has arrived with Flashy Flash, and that's the end of the chapter. Okay, so super epic chapter, super exciting. 1 week Murata did all this. I just can't even fathom how that's even possible. Absolutely love this chapter. I love what they did with King. The only thing is like Garou. Like, I'm very interested as to what's gonna happen with Garou in the next few chapters, because he's like awakened. He just has pretty much like an armor on right now, and he seems to be way stronger and faster. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like the battle between Garou and Saitama, which should be in about 2 chapters, it should start, I think, is going to be very different, I think, from the webcomic. At least the ending part. But yeah, guys, overall awesome stuff. Can't wait to see more. One Punch Man is just the greatest. I'll talk to you guys soon in the next video. Peace.